Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandon, and around here we like to talk about a number of fabulous things, including fashion, lifestyle vlogs, and unboxings. Today though, we are talking about planners. I've had it in my mind to film this video for a long time now. If you've been around on the channel, you'll know a few months ago I posted a video about basic planner tools and alternative uses for like a ring-bound planner system. So kind of inspired by that video, which if you haven't checked it out yet, it will be linked down below. Please consider going and watching that if you haven't. But I wanted to film and talk about some of the planner tools that are totally unnecessary to making a planner work for you, but that make it so much more fun. But before we jump into it, I want to just briefly share with you guys what planner systems I'm currently using and how these tools will eventually play into them is kind of important. So right now I have two personal size ring bound planners. Both of them are currently Filofax. I did downsize my personal planner from a Moterm 30mm ring down to the Filofax Malden. I do not remember off the top of my head what the millimeter ring is, but I've put it back into that one because I'm trying to carry one bag to work versus two, and the work planner that I have is a Filofax personal size, but with like the smallest rings. Love it. But I wanted to carry that and my personal planner to work with me every time I go downtown. And so anyway, the Moterm was too big. My work planner does not really get any kind of excitement to it. It is just work related, calendars, memos, meeting notes, and my, to-do. So none of these tools really play into that system. I've had my work system in place and implemented since 2017, and it's worked for me. So that is what it is. The other planner, which is really where most of these unnecessary tools go to, is my personal planner. This is where I do memory keeping. This is where I keep personal tasks, shopping lists, wish lists, my book planner. All the really fun things are kept in my personal planner. So now getting into these unnecessary tools that make that planner more fun. We're gonna start with something that I use in almost every single one of my memory keeping spreads, and that is the printer. Now I'm not talking about, your typical office printer. I'm talking about these little special use printers that they sell all over the place. Picture printers, label printers, and label makers are specifically the three kinds of printers that I'm talking about. Now, I have a couple of these and I use them really, really often. My number one most used is the zinc paper printer, which is a really great way of printing little pictures to add into my memory keeping spreads, as well as all the little pictures that I print for my book journal are from this little zinc paper printer. I don't have a preference. Currently, I'm using a Canon zinc paper printer, but there are a number of them out there. I think they're really great. They are so portable, so easy to use. There's also the Instax Polaroid picture printer. Now I have a few different iterations of the Instax camera, including a digital camera that you can take pictures of and then decide what to print, and also the traditional point and shoot camera. I don't particularly use those for my planning because I like to think about my spreads more linearly, I suppose. I want to, think about the topic, think about what I have to incorporate, and then print pictures and stuff. So the Instax Polaroid printer gets a little less use for me. I do like it for like the retro vibe sometimes for printing pictures. So it is one of those tools that I keep around and available. It's super unnecessary. So these are the two kind of photo printers that I'm going to be talking about, but there are two other types of printers. One is the kind of label printer. It is a heat sensitive printer. It's kind of like a receipt paper, you know, it doesn't use ink, it uses heat to burn in an image. And the one I'm using burns onto a clear adhesive sticker base. And I think these are great for printing out like a little calendar of the month and then, you know, incorporating that into your monthly spread. I also use these for borders, for all kinds of little specific labeling that needs to be a little bit bigger. Because I also have a label printer. This is great for just like, you know, your typical, what you would consider like labeling, just like little lines of date or, you know, whatever it may be. So those are the 4 printers that I use almost every time I have my planner out. They're really portable, really easy to use. They all have apps on your phone where you can design what you're looking, you know, you can make your own designs so it fits into your spread, and I think they're absolutely wonderful. Now the next unnecessary tool I have talked about before. When I did my setup earlier this year, I showed you guys how I use my Cricut for making dividers. But aside from dividers, you can do so much with your Cricut. You can print things, cut them out on your Cricut. You can design within the Cricut Studio app. You can do so much with this machine that makes planning so much more fun. Now for me personally, I struggle with the app, so I really just use it to do dividers, and I know you guys have asked for a tutorial. I'm not like, I don't know how I would do that artfully or skillfully to be that helpful for you, but it is in the back of my mind. If I can figure that out, I will definitely do a tutorial for you guys. But I primarily use my Cricut to make dividers and fly leaves and stuff, which is really great and so much fun. And I like switching out the kind of color theme in my planners every time I'm feeling like uninspired, because I think that helps me find that inspiration. Next up is actually the first thing I thought of when I came up with this video. So let's roll it back a little bit to that thought. All right, don't mind the fact that I am in my cozies. When I first thought of this video of like these unnecessary products that have really improved my creative process and my planner journey, the first thing that really came to mind is actually one of my more recent additions to the arsenal of my planner craft, and that is actually this tool set that's right behind me. Or tool chest system rather. This is the Milwaukee Packout system. It's designed to store tools and the kinds of things that you need when doing home renovations and traveling, repair people. It's a modular mobile tool storage system. And when I saw this at the Home Depot, I was like, oh, I need that. I need that, and I will find a use for it. And over the last couple years, I've realized for my creative process, there needs to be as little barrier between me and doing said creative thing. And one of the barriers for me is that I don't necessarily want to create or be creative in one space. So a problem I was having, and this is like such a first world problem, was that I live in a 3-story, like little narrow house. And sometimes I want to craft and create while I'm sitting in the living room on, watching TV. Sometimes I want to create in the home office or down in my workshop, and like all of these places that I was finding myself wanting to craft are on different floors. And so I needed to come up with a system that stored some of these tools, these essential things for my creativity, in a way that I could schlep it up and down the stairs, right? I feel so silly. This is such a first world problem. But now that I have these tools set up in such a way that I can grab what I need off of this stack or just move the stack itself, I find myself feeling so much more creative and willing to create because it isn't a barrier. I can easily grab the tools that I need and just go wherever I want within my space and sit down and craft. So it's a really, really unnecessary thing, especially, you know, circumstances will kind of dictate whether or not this is necessary or unnecessary. To me, I felt like it was necessary just for like my personality and the way I create and the way I think. So I'm really happy to have it. It definitely isn't necessary for you or for everyone to have a mobile craft station, because it is really extra. So I can't really remember if I have walked you guys through everything that is in this little storage chest, but briefly I wanted to show you because it is such an unnecessary tool that makes planning so much more fun. So as I mentioned, this is a modular set. Right now I only have 3 pieces. The drawer unit, the large, these aren't the names, these are just what I'm calling them. The like large tool carrier and then the small one. And these all like clip and unclip amongst each other, to each other. So you can take this off and carry it with you. I'm gonna try and not be obnoxiously loud with all of this. So this small one on top has a lot of my like really necessary tools, and this is the one that kind of walks around the house with me the most because it has pens, pencils, scissors. I've got some hole punch, some whiteout, adhesive. You know, this is like the really key stuff. So it's the most mobile, and then that's why it's at the top. Next down are some of my favorite sticker books. I love sticker books because they're like so contained. Some of the tools in here you may or may not recognize, and just like little bits and bobs of other items that I think I might need at a arm's length. These two are really great because like when I'm sitting next to the sofa, I can just like pull this one open, and it's like really convenient. And then down here in these drawers, I have all of my washi tape organized. Well, this isn't all my washi tape. This is just a lot of my washi tape, kind of organized into themes that make sense to me. In this drawer, I have Minty. I have plenty more of the large sticker books, and little sticker packs and all kinds of ephemera. And then on this bottom drawer, I have my paper trimmers, and I have some like 12 by 12 sticker sheets down here. And then I've got these great sticker books. These are like proper books that have all kinds of interesting stickers and alphabets and stuff in them. So that is my little collection of the Milwaukee Packout. Okay, and last thing I want to talk about in terms of this like topic of unnecessary things is actually a subscription. Now, this is not sponsored. I am not affiliated with this service at all, but it is actually something that I use to create planner related things, and that is Canva. There are free versions of Canva, but they lock really weird things behind paywalls, and I just find it really annoying. I mean, I think all like digital subscription services are kind of annoying. I mean, let's be real here. Everything is a digital subscription now. I mean, it blows my mind. But Canva is a really cool tool, and it's a very flexible, you know, service. So if you are really into designing your own anything for your planner, then Canva is like, it is the best tool for doing that. And unfortunately, some of those key things are locked behind the paywall of the subscription. So what I do, I use Canva a lot for my YouTube channel. So I already have a subscription so I can like make thumbnails. But in my off season, i.e. like 90% of the year when I'm not making YouTube content, and I'm like, oh, I have this idea for a planner thing that I want to do, I'll just kind of make notes of them. And then when I have enough to justify a month subscription, which I think is like $12.99, I could be wrong, then I will subscribe, I will work on all my ideas, and you know, get all the custom things in there that I want. And then later down the road, if I need them again, I can still access them without a subscription. It's just these like specific tools that they lock behind the paywall, like I said. So it's kind of a weird, unnecessary tool, but trust me, if you like designing, for example, like tables of content, maybe inspirational pages. I come up with these ideas of like, I want a form. I love a form. And I want to be able to like, you know, have a specific way. Like, for example, I am creating a form for my memory keeping journal. Specifically, I did so many projects this summer. I completely redesigned my front yard. I built some assistive stair place things for the dogs. I renovated a bathroom. I redid our office. I just like did so many projects, and I want a little form that I can fill out where I take a picture of the project that I did. I reflect on, you know, what my successes were, what few things maybe might exist that need to be completed, etc., etc. And I want it to be a very specific way that works in my mind. And so with Canva, I can create that specific thing very easily. That's what I use Canva for. I've also created and published a jewelry guide on Canva that essentially, and I'll put it on the screen here, where it shows, you know, every finger on both hand and gives you the space to fill out the size of ring that you are on each finger, as well as like your specific birthstone, your favorite stone, gemstones, and then your favorite metal type, maybe notes. I have a lot of allergies to metal, so I specifically made this because my fiance wanted to get me gifts that were jewelry related. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of hard to shop for because of X, Y, and Z. And so I created this form that I filled out, and I'm like, holy crap, this is so useful. And then I turned it into a planner insert so that they could fill it out for me, and it's something that I can keep. And if, you know, the winds take me to a jewelry store looking for a gift, I have this like insert that's really helpful. So that's what I use Canva for. Again, it's like not something that you have to have, but it's what I like to have available to me when it comes to tools, and it's something that I like to have access to. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed this planner video. It has been long in the making and long to get out to you guys. I apologize, but I'm really excited that I got to sit down and talk about it and think about it and engage with you guys preemptively about this topic. So if you enjoyed today's video, please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, share with all your planner friends. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. All of the support lately on the channel has been awesome, and I'm so appreciative. And I look forward to continuing making videos about planners, about handbags, vlogs, anything that kind of suits my fancy, all these fabulous topics. If you're interested in following me On other platforms, I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok. The handle is the same there. It's at BVPDX. Hoping to come at you with a new planner video sooner rather than later, but if there's anything that you specifically want me to talk about, drop it down in the comments and I will do my best. And until the next video, guys, I will see you later. Goodbye.